In the labyrinth of the mind, where fantasies dance free and untamed, there lies a siren's call to dwell in the sweet comfort of what could be. But heed this whisper from the chaos. Don't just fantasize, take action. For the gap between dreaming and doing is where many a grand vision goes to wither, caught in the webs of inertia. To dream is to start a fire. To act is to fan the flames. Dreams without action are like sparks that die in the darkness, never igniting, never reaching their potential to blaze. And oh, how the world needs that blaze, the light from fires stoked by those bold enough to not just imagine, but do. Consider this. The dream itself is not bound by the laws of reality. It asks nothing of you, demands no risk. It is a safe haven, a sanctuary where heroes are made in shadow plays, and grand adventures are but a thought away. Yet, this sanctuary can become a prison if the dreamer chooses only to reside within its walls, entranced by visions that never breathe air, that never feel the pulse of the earth beneath their feet. To act is to step into the chaos of creation. It's a thrilling leap from the cliffs of comfort, diving into the turbulent waters of the real. It's the alchemy of turning ethereal into material, the abstract into concrete. Action is the brushstroke on the canvas of possibility. Without it, the picture remains unseen, an eternal mystery. The transition from dreamer to doer is no mere step. It's a metamorphosis. It demands the shedding of fears, the casting off of doubts, and the embracing of one single immutable truth, that the only path to transformation passes through the crucible of action. The world with its cynics and naysayers eagerly watches, waiting to see if you falter, if you will fall back into the comforting arms of idle daydreams. But not you. You understand that to live in the service of dreams is to dance on the edge of madness, a thrilling ballet on the tightrope of potential. Every dream whispered in the dark is a challenge thrown at your feet. Will you pick it up? Will you rise to the call? This is the essence of life's grand joke, that having the power to dream, we are cursed with the need to see those dreams realized. We are not creatures of contentment. We are makers, doers, creators. Every heartbeat screams for action. Every breath fuels the fires of ambition. So let the dreamers dream, but let the doers reign. Tear down the curtains of fantasy, smash the windows of complacency, and throw open the doors to action. Step into the light of the real. Paint your dreams across the skies of existence. Let the world watch and wonder as you transform the intangible into the tangible, the imagined into the manifest. Don't just fantasize. Take action. For in this vibrant, chaotic dance of creation, you don't just live your life. You make it a masterpiece, worthy of the madness that inspired it. But let us not shy away from the darker truths, the sinister underbelly of inaction. For in the void where action should dwell, there lurks a specter more debilitating than failure itself: regret. This is the true horror of the dreamer who never transitions to doer. The haunting realization that the vast potential within was never realized, never even tested. Regret is the ghost that whispers of what might have been, painting a ghastly portrait of a life half-lived. It feeds on the remnants of unfulfilled dreams, growing bolder with each passing year, each moment spent in the paralysis of indecision. This is the dark consequence of inaction, where the mind becomes a mausoleum of ideas never pursued, of adventures never embarked upon. The true darkness of inaction is not found in mere stagnation, but in the decay it breeds within the soul. Like a disease, it spreads through the corridors of the mind, infecting every nook with doubt and painting every cranny with the pallor of despair. The body may move, the lungs may breathe, but the the spirit withers, entombed within the confines of a life that could have been expansive, exhilarating, extraordinary. Inaction breeds a peculiar kind of misery, a quiet, creeping despair that is the antithesis of the human spirit's boundless ambition. It is a betrayal of the heart's fiercest desires, a denial of the innate urge to forge reality from the raw materials of imagination. When action is forsaken, the soul is sentenced to wander in an endless night, forever yearning for the dawn of what could have been. Philosophically speaking, to succumb to inaction is to exist in contradiction to the essence of life itself. Life, in its most fundamental form, is dynamic. It moves, it evolves, it pushes forward. To halt in the face of potential growth is to function in opposition to the very cosmos, which itself is in a constant state of expansion and change. To live without action is to exist in a shadow world, a dim reflection of what life could offer. It is to watch the seasons change with a heart that does not, to see the sun rise and set on days that blur into a monotonous gray. And in this twilight existence, the most profound darkness is not in the world around, but within. The darkness of knowing you chose safety over fulfillment, familiarity over discovery. Thus, let the warning be clear. The path of inaction is a silent descent into oblivion, where dreams die quietly and the soul's cries are muffled by the thick walls of fear and hesitation. Do not let this be your fate. Rise, awaken from this slumber of inaction, and step boldly into the light of purposeful pursuit. For it is only through action that you can truly escape the dark embrace of regret and live a life illuminated by the fires of accomplished dreams and fulfilled potential.